Man khashiya ar-Rahman bil-ghayb. If we focus on these two ayahs, we will attain tremendous amount of tranquility in this world, because one of them says, and you take this ayah and many other ayah to put together, wherein Allah in the Quran says, Jahannam will be saying, yes, I have space for more, I have space for more, I have space for more, fill me, fill me. Jannah has a task, Jahannam too has a task. Jannah obeys Allah, also Jahannam will obey Allah. And Jahannam will be saying, I have more space, I have more space, I have more space. For whom will there be more space? لَهُمْ قُلُوبٌ لَا يَفْقَهُونَ بِهَا. There are people that have hearts, but they are not using that heart to worship Allah. They are not worshipping Allah in the manner in which Allah desires for them to worship. They have ears, but they are not worshipping Allah by hearing things that they should be hearing with the ears. From other ayah we also derive, they have hands, but they are not touching the things they should be touching with the hands. They have feet, but they are going towards wrongful places with their legs. So the Quran is saying, for such people, Jahannam will say, come inside, I have more space, and I will have to do things to you that I don't want done to you. What does the other ayah says? Man khashiya ar-Rahman bil-ghayb. If you want to be prevented from Jahannam, and you and I want to be prevented from the horrors of Jahannam, we like to fear Allah in public. So now we are together, we are respectful. We are together, we give the impression that we are having good thoughts. One of the ayah was recited, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu dhkuru. Another one, for example, Ijtanibu kathiran min al-dhann. That refrain from evil thoughts. Refrain from suspicion. If you have suspicion, the suspicion will overtake your mind to such an extent that eventually you'll become acting upon it. Yes, you'll have justification. I'm acting on this suspicion for this reason and that reason, that reason. But the Quran is saying, refrain from this suspicion. And when do these suspicions take place? Mostly bil ghaib. Mostly in the dark. Mostly in the quiet. Mostly when we think that we are not being observed. Mostly thereafter it leads on to our private gatherings between our buddies and our own family. And gradually you become ruined. Because first it is the thought, then it is the action, then it is the tongue, it is the action, and before you know it, you are involved in profound level of not just thinking, but acting and making others act as well. Therefore the Quran says, if you want closeness to Allah on the day of Qiyamah, you want sanctuary on the day of Qiyamah, you want peace on the day of Qiyamah, you don't want Jahannam to welcome you, and you want Jannah to welcome you, the solution is very simple. This heart of ours, keep it for Allah. This eyes of ours, try to keep it for Allah. This hand of ours, try to keep it for Allah. Meaning, dedicate it by using it in the manner which Allah desires. My brothers and sisters in Islam, each one of us have used our hands possibly in the wrongful manner. We have used our heart in the wrongful manner. We have used our thinking in the wrongful manner. Each one can claim we are guilty of that. That is why we get the month of Ramadan that comes by. And the hadith says, very, very despised, very, very lowly is that individual wherein the month of Ramadan goes away and that person has not been pardoned. These are important nights, and in these important nights it is required. It is very, very sad that this month will go and will not be forgiven. How do we gain that forgiveness? The solution is very simple. You have a wife, you have a husband, you have children, you have parents. Make that phone call. All you have to say is, in our relationship, things may have happened, I ask you for forgiveness. That's all. You don't have to go and say what I did wrong and what I did not do wrong. I did things, I may have said things, I ask you for your forgiveness. What compensation do you want? Give them the forgiveness. Before you go home today, buy something for them. Be nice to them, make them feel comfortable, and ask them for that forgiveness. My brothers and sisters in Islam, today we don't ask for forgiveness, tomorrow they'll become such that they'll be controlling us, in a sense that they'll be dictating whether we go into Jannah or Jahannam. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us fear Him in private, make us fear Him in public, make us fear Allah in the manner Allah ought to be feared, number one. And number two, may Allah make it such that we go to our families, we go to those that we know, and we try to get the forgiveness from them that is necessary, so that way inshallah our living existence can become more accomplished, our living existence can become successful, our life in the grave can continue to be success, and on the day of Qiyamah we can continue towards success as well. Wa akhir da'wan alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.